not just trying to take away black Americans' vote, they are trying to take away American votes. What we need to see here is the beginning of something that is sinister. There are men and women who fought for our country. This day, on December 7th, Pearl Harbor happened. That's why we see these flags at half-mast. That's why we have a namesake, the USS Arizona. There are folks that were buried in that ship. There are folks that have lost their lives in the field of Vietnam. There are people who have lost their lives in Korea, Desert Storm, Grenada, Iraqi freedom. All the wars that the United States have fought, we have men and women that have bled for this country. And not only bled for the freedom and democracy of a republic, but bled for the right for people to vote. And when that is taken, that basic fundamental right to ensure that who we want is in the office, when that is taken, it's an attack on all of us, not just those folks who think that they won. Because what we're going to see if they get away with this is we're going to see down the road that somebody more sinister than the leftists that stole this election is going to come along and take the vote from everybody to include them. But they're not looking at that. The leftists only believe in power. They don't believe in making sure that Americans and Arizonans have the right to live a life the way they want to live. Arizonans and Americans have a right to stand up when there is tyranny or there is something going wrong with their elections. Americans have a right to be out front of these issues, these basic issues that move our country forward. And years from now, our children are going to look at us and they're going to say two things, one of two things. They're going to say, thank you for fighting for a cause so I can live in the type of country you did. Or they're going to say, why didn't you fight? Now, before I get off and give the mic over here to Alex, I want you to think of something, and some of y'all may remember this. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy, who would be a conservative today, was asked, why go to the moon? And President Kennedy said, we go to the moon and do the other things that are hard in life, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. This, what we are doing, protecting our republic, our vote, our right, is a hard thing that we are doing. Don't feel like it's for loss. Keep God in your lives as you go and pray at night for our country, for our president. Keep God in your life as you pray for representatives and senators to do the right thing. Keep God in life when you bend down tonight and let him know how thankful you are for this country and the men and women who defend it, and you today who are fighting for it still. God bless you. God bless Arizona, and God bless the United States. Now I want to introduce Alex over here. He's going to talk to you about some lawyer stuff. So here he is.
Well, lawyer stuff is always a poor way to follow a speech like that. And really, it's people like Representative Blackman at the end of the day who are going to solve this problem for future generations because he's identified some very important legislative reform that needs to happen to secure our elections and to modernize our election systems. People like Representative Bullock have been out in front of it. Senator Sylvia Allen, who is another person who signed our letter of support to the federal courts. So the work that they're doing is of paramount importance. But let me tell you about my little slice of the pie, which is that I am counsel along with the Trump electors bringing their lawsuit in federal court here in Arizona, along with Sidney Powell. And let me tell you, I was very skeptical from the limited amount that I heard on the news about this case. I didn't really think too much about it because I try to only think about cases that I have. When Sidney Powell called me up and said, let me show you what we've got, I went to a restaurant. I bought myself a nice steak dinner. I looked at the documents, and I said things that are not mentionable because I see children in the crowd. But what we think that we have identified is categories of voter fraud leading to about 100,000 fraudulent ballots that were counted in Arizona's election. What were these categories? First, direct manipulation of the results on the electronic voting systems here in Arizona. And second, various categories of illegal ballots that were counted and legal ballots that were not counted. So, for instance, out-of-state voters submitting ballots when they shouldn't have been registered to vote in Arizona. Been lax about this stuff for far too long. But I go through this litigation. I go, well, I can still be skeptical, but I am smart enough to know when I'm dealing with guilty people, and the guilty people have a very particular way of acting. So let me tell you how guilty people act. Yesterday, Maricopa County's council got on a phone call with 20 other lawyers, tried to out the name of one of our witnesses who was fearful for their life so that everybody could hear his name and so they could threaten him. Then he threatened to jack up one of my co-counsel. This is not the behavior of innocent people. So we've got our hearing on Tuesday on motion to dismiss. If we prevail, we've got a hearing on Thursday on summary judgment. And this case is not going to be won or lost at the district court, right? The name of the game in this case is to get it and all of the similar cases proceeding in other states around the country up to the U.S. Supreme Court as quickly as possible. We got a deadline. We got to do it by the 16th. And so we're rushing to do it. I'm going to go back to the office. I'm going to rush some more, but I appreciate the invitation to speak, and thank you all for hearing me.
Go, Alex! How about that? Well, before we start anything more, I think it's very important to do the pledge and the national anthem. So we're going to go ahead and start with the pledge. I want everyone's hats off. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, now we're going to do our national anthem, baby.
I'm sorry, everyone, but I can't play the national anthem. They will take down the live stream for copyright. I'm sorry. The way copyright works on YouTube is whoever uploads the audio first has the copyright. Obviously, this will not be the first time we heard the national anthem, so I can't risk it.
To fight for him, he can't do everything. When he gets back in office for another 4 years, you stay in because he cannot drain this swamp by himself. Run for something and do something. This is the greatest country ever. We are a constitutional republic. The Constitution is the utmost law of the land, and we have to defend it. stand up and understand your rights. Did you know that the 14th Amendment overrides all this COVID mask bullcrap they got going on? It overrides it, as well as the 9th and 10th Amendment, and a lot of other things, and it is the most beautiful and sacred document, along with our Declaration. And I'm just going to be a few more seconds. But know it, know your history, because they want to erase what our founding fathers built. They want to erase everything that makes this country fantastic and great. It is we the people, it is not we the government. It is we the people. We run this country. One of my favorite quotes by Abraham Lincoln, it says that we the people are the rightful owners of both the Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. And as George Washington said, when tyranny becomes law, you better bet rebellion becomes duty. Because we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, secure blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. Keep your Constitution, know your rights, stay in the fight. God bless America, and God bless President Donald Trump.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I'm Senator Sylvia Allen, and I'm really excited to be here. You know, last Monday I sat through 10 hours of testimony given by individuals who witnessed many irregularities that happened in our general election and who came forward with signed affidavits to explain what had happened in our elections. We're being told that no fraud was committed in our election. That is absolutely not true. We have enough evidence to call for. We are here today pleading that we can have an official forensic audit done on the general election. It is so, on the ballots is so important. Now, I got many emails, and by the way, thank you to everybody that's been emailing. I'm sure I'm up to about 3,000 emails on my system. So thank you so much for doing that. Secondly, I got an email from a lady in Pennsylvania that's really touched my heart. She said she had listened to my closing comments at the end of the hearing, and that she says that it had really touched her heart, and she wanted to tell a little bit about her family. Her father was in 3 different concentration camps during World War II, and he came from a family of 7 children. All of his brothers and sisters, his parents, his grandparents, his uncles and aunts were all killed in the concentration camps because of the regime of Hitler and the Nazis. And she said her father, just through the grace of God, lived through that and was able to come to America. And that he loved this country, and he taught his children what a special place this is and how important it was that we protect our individual freedoms. One of the most important things to protect is our vote, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot stress how important it is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are not the country of the United States of China, or the United States of Russia, or Iran, or Australia, or any other country. We are the United States of America. And we have excuse me. Oh, I have been doing as much as I can this last week. And it's tragic, ladies and gentlemen, but this mall has been closed to all of us. Staff cannot enter because of COVID. They shut down this Capitol complex for the next week, which means there will not be any hearings, there will be any staff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we must not give up hope. That's why we're here. That's why we're having another rally. Somebody said, what's the use of having another one? Well, we have to keep pushing, right? Okay, so let's keep pushing and let's not give up. When they say, I just cannot stress this strong enough. three things have to happen. We have to have our investigation. I don't know how they could not listen to those 10 hours of testimony and say there was not fraud. Number two, we must decertify this state until we have the proof that there wasn't fraud. They say, show us the proof of fraud. Well, show me the proof there wasn't. So let's have an investigation. And number three, we must withhold our 11 electoral votes and not award them to anybody till we know how this election turned out. So, let's keep working. Let's don't give up. And thank you for coming today, and thank you for what you are doing. And I believe that going forward, somebody's got to stop and listen to us, because, can I end with a quote? I'm going to end with a quote. You're going to love what Abraham Lincoln said. He said, oh, sorry, I got it right on the phone. Okay, I love this when I read this. Elections belong to the people. It is their decision. If they decide to turn their back on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will just sit on their blisters. Well, we're not going to sit on our blisters, are we? Go America! God bless you. I want to introduce this young man right here. He's been out doing so much to help us. This is Adele. And Adele is don't you love that he's young? All of you young people, I am so happy to see young people here. And he has stopped the coup. Stop the coup, not Q. Coup. Get that right. We're not talking about Q. All right? And he's going to talk next. And I want to thank him for everything he's been doing to keep us energized and going and fighting. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Senator Allen. We appreciate you. God bless you. Guys, I have to stress to you, I've lost my voice. We've been out here for a month or so. I'm going to have some tea and honey tonight. You know I heard some questions being shouted out at Senator Allen. Let me answer something real quick. It's all about morale right now. It's all about the domino effect. It's all about her using her voice to say she stands behind this, that empowers others to get behind it. There are people that are scared. They have threatened people. They have scared people. And that's what's happening. So I appreciate Senator Allen for stepping up and making her voice heard. Thank you to all the state legislators that have come out here today. We're gracious for you to be out here today. We're happy. We're thankful. It's been good. But these people here, we the people, have been here every day fighting for this country. And we will continue to fight. What I say is this. I am a young individual here. Yes, sure, young. I look at young, I'm like, I'm getting old. It's not stopping now. Here we go. It's trickling. I don't even know what my age is. But what's happening is we're fighting for our land. We're fighting for our constitutional republic. We're not fighting for some party. We're fighting to protect the country and these freedoms. We're fighting so that our voice is heard. We're fighting so that when I vote, I believe in the system, and we believe that who the people voted in are actually going to get in. We're fighting so that our kids are protected, so that our government does not become more and more corrupt. Study socialism, study communism. It's corrupt. That's why everybody wants to be like the United States of America. Sorry for the raspy voice, guys. Here's what I want to tell you. We will be here. We will fight. I have many of you saying, Adele, thank you for being here. No, you don't have to thank me. I am here because I'm standing for my freedoms. I am here because I refuse to let evil be good. I am here because God said you need to fight evil and protect your land. So I'm going to make this very simple. This is very simple. As a tech expert, I own 2 tech companies. As a tech expert, the data that I am seeing, the infiltration in the systems of Dominion that I am seeing, the statistics of what's happening, does not make sense. Now, they say, where's the evidence? Here's my question back to you, Governor Ducey. Very simple, Ducey. I have a question for you. You were the CEO of Cold Stone Creamery, Kahala Corp. At Cold Stone Creamery, if you had a location, there was a location you could not lose, and just so happened to have 6,000 glitches that gave free ice cream to customers. Do you think you would audit the system? Governor Ducey, you claim Republican, and if you plan on any political career going forward, I suggest you step up and you demand a forensic audit. The truth will set you free. God bless you, and God bless America. Please do me a favor and welcome up a man that's been fighting, that's been here and has his voice being heard. Machine Gunnery Sergeant, former Machine Gunnery Sergeant, and State Senator Sonny Borelli, everybody.
Can you wait? Okay. You know what I love about Arizona? We get to keep our guns and our plastic straws. The left has gone completely out of their minds. The Democrats have stolen another election. You know what? Let me tell you something. As a retired Marine, I know this. I know this for a fact. And I've seen a lot of my brothers, my older brothers, my senior brothers, came back from Vietnam and they were spit on by the left. That's right, brother. They disrespected you. They disrespect all veterans. They went after them, then they go after the police, and what are they doing again? What are they doing again? You know what? We sat in a 9-hour, 10-hour hearing, listening to people, sworn affidavits under penalty and perjury, their testimony, their witnessing. And we have people that want to scoff at that and say, well, they wasn't really sworn. They signed an affidavit under penalty and perjury. That means it's a credible witness. If you don't like the witness, cross-examine the witness. Don't call them a liar. We heard testimony of people witnessing that only the Dominion Tech people had access to those machines, that all the county employees were supposed to stay away from them. I saw a video of a Board of Supervisors meeting that they were actually questioning and saying, these Dominion people have an office space here. The county gave them an office space. They have free access to that. My friends in law enforcement tell me that that's a freaking clue.
A good clue.
Okay, too much coffee. I ought to calm down a little bit. I am praying that the Board of Supervisors today had their emergency meeting, their emergency executive meeting, and I'm praying that they actually have the backbone to step up and say, let's prove this once and for all and allow these machines to be audited. And if they are audited and there's no flaws in it, then great. We did our job. We pushed them. The election is Jake. But we know that is, okay, what's that one? I'm going to quote something off of Flack. We know it's bullshit. And if it's fraudulent, this election is fraudulent, and it needs the electors need to be decertified. The election needs to be decertified, and we need to award those electors to the previous election, which would be Donald Trump. And then, but wait, that's not all. If we find out who these perpetrating communist infiltrators are, they need to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. If you or I did that to our own companies, we'd be freaking fired, correct? Then they must be fired, period. You know, the last part of the Declaration of Independence, when the signers signed it, and by the way, not every one of the signers for the Declaration of Independence was there on the same day. They came in days, weeks, to come in and sign it. Why? Because they were considered traitors. They're considered rebels. They could have been hung, but they risked their lives. They pledged their personal fortune, their honor, their sacred honor, And as this Marine will tell you, and I know this veteran here will tell you, that surrender is not in our creed. Thank you.
Hey everyone, please take a second to hit that like button. The more likes that we get in a short period of time, the more people the algorithm will bring into the chat. If you're new here, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon. That way you'll help the channel grow. If you want to stay connected, please join the Discord. That way you'll never miss a notification. Hey Debbie, thank you so much for your donation and all your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you all for being here.
Right. So if I want to wear this mask, your freedom away, they're taking their own freedom away. Who in their right mind would want to live like that? Now, my name is David Cook. I'm the rancher from Globe, Arizona, and I represent District 8. I represent Pinal and Gila counties. There is not a voter problem in rural Arizona. Trump won by over 75% in my district. He got 11 million more votes in his second term, while Barack Obama got 3.5 million less in his second term election. How did he lose? He didn't. Okay, so we say he didn't. So let's be fair, though, because I really think us Republicans like to have dialogue, and I love to debate. So let's be fair. Let's find out if this is true. But here's what we're faced with. 11 hours of testimony. And thank you, President Trump, for tweeting out that soundbite, because what I heard the woman say on Wednesday morning, they thought they were done counting the votes, and then a truck showed up with a bunch of ballots in it. Now, that's what I heard. Now, she signed a piece of paper that swore to that, didn't she? Now, how is that not evidence of a witness of a potential crime? I don't know. I don't know. But that's what I heard. Now, what about the guy that got up there and said the only way that he could get the two angles to cross each other with the exact same vote is if the Democrat got 130% of the vote? Right? Now, that's what I heard. But shouldn't we have someone look into that to check his research to be sure? Because you, all of you, whether you voted for Trump or not, your vote matters, and we need to make sure the people of this state can have absolute assurance that their elections work properly and their vote counts. What is wrong with that? Okay, so they say there's no evidence. I'm getting beat up on Twitter. Sonny's getting beat up on Twitter. We're all getting beat up by these trolls on Twitter. But I still think in the back of my mind, how can you check their story out if you don't grant them access to the machine? Why is that so hard? They don't have to pay for it, right? The other side. And then I ask myself this. Why is it 4 years ago, what did Elizabeth Warren say? She said, I'm scared of the Dominion machines, that they can be manipulated. Nancy Pelosi said their election was stolen and there should be a full audit. So can't we agree? Have the full audit. 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 What is so hard about auditing something? The IRS does it all the time, right? Now I'll probably get audited, right? But I mean, that's what you do. That's how you have checks and balances to make sure everything is on the up and up. But why are we shut down? Why are the chairmen shut down of the committees? Why? I'm asking why. All right. Last thing I'm going to say is, I need your help to defend me and all those people that listen to those witnesses up there, because we are trying to be made out like we're crazy, right, or unstable or whatever. I loved it. I got to listen to people's testimony. And when they can't beat you on policy, When they can't beat you on the facts and policy, what do? They personally attack you. Just like they attacked Andy Biggs, and I think that is sick, calling him a resident of crazy town. Right? He's a United States congressman that is a conservative, and I tell you what, he was the president of the Senate, and he's crazy? No, I don't think so. So God bless you. You got another wonderful representative up here, and we're here to support you, the people, and that's what I'm doing here from Florida. I love you guys.
Hi, my name is John Fillmore. I'm state representative from Apache Junction, East Mesa. I'm sorry I have to follow a farmer with a big voice, but I want you guys to know something. Back in 2008 on my signs when I first ran for office, I said, I believe in the greatness of America. I have said that every single time I ran for office. I believe that in my heart this is the greatest country in the history of mankind. December 7th, 70 some odd years ago, a day in infamy, America was attacked. Today we are under attack from an enemy more insidious, destructive, conniving, and dangerous. An enemy within our own shores. They operate under the disguise of Americans and patriots, and they are not. The right to vote is being stolen.
Hey everyone, I've just realized that this video is being censored. They are burying it. They're not putting the notification up. It does not say I'm live, even though obviously we are live. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon. Make sure you join the Discord. Even if you don't have the app and stuff right now, at least sit in the server. I'm going to shut this down, and then we're going to go live again. It's going to be like 30 seconds or so, and we're going to go live again.